All right, let's go. Round two, ESPN Fantasy Football Magazine 10-team league. This is their experts draft. All right, let's kick it off. The first pick in round two is Malik Neighbors, wide receiver, Giants. This is his second year. Super athletic. Should put up good numbers. I don't know who's going to throw him the ball. Russell Wilson. Is he going to last the season? Will it be Jamison Wilson? Is it going to be the rookie Jackson Dart? Malik, I'm going to drop down a little bit just because of those question marks. I like some of the other receivers coming up before him. But if they get some offensive consistency, he could put up great numbers. Like you swap him in on the Eagles, you swap him over there with the Bengals. I like some of the receivers we talked about in the first round, swap him with Dallas. I think his numbers will go through the roof. So I'm expecting teams are going to double Malik during the season. But I would still take him in the second round. I just would drop him down a little bit. Pick number two in the second round is Nico Collins, Houston Texans. Love it. Wide receiver, great connection with CJ Stroud. I like that offense. I'm expecting CJ Stroud to have a bigger season than he had last year. Seemed like a letdown from his rookie year when he set those rookie records. But yeah, Nico, definitely take him. And at this point, I'm going to take Nico over Puka with the uncertainty about Matthew Stafford. With the third pick, Devon Achane, so running back Miami Dolphins. I also had this guy last year. He was tough for me. When Tua was there, he was fantastic. Another guy, give him the ball. Yeah, he's going to take it 99 yards for a touchdown. He can receive, he can rush, shifty back. They like to give their other running backs options, but I think that's fine because Achane's so explosive. But last year, when Tua went down, I had Tyreek Hill also with Achane, and as soon as Tua got hurt, those guys stopped producing. And I felt like my team, at least with those two guys, it was purgatory because I was hoping that they were just going to go off because they're both so explosive. That's my only hesitation with Achane. You know, if Tua goes down, gets another concussion, who's going to be throwing the ball? And can they move it? Because they have a lot of weapons on that offense. It's tough as you get down here. I would move him down in this draft. There's other running backs I look at that I'm more confident in their abilities. Devon, if Tua's healthy, he'll probably have a fantastic Pro Bowl season. With the fourth pick, round two, Brian Thomas Jr., Jacksonville. So this is a guy I'm moving up over Neighbors. I'm moving up over Puka Nacua. Him and Trevor Lawrence, good connection. Brian Thomas Jr. Yeah, super athletic, good hands. I think he's a defensive matchup nightmare. Probably a guy that's going to get double teamed. But yeah, I really like Brian Thomas Jr. Confident drafting him. Maybe even the back end of round one. So yeah, I'm digging Brian Thomas Jr. I like that. The Jacksonville weapons better than the Giants' weapons. And then fifth pick, this is Phil Yates again. We're going Josh Jacobs, running back, Green Bay Packers. Really good season last year. And when it got cold, he seemed to get better. You know, that's where Green Bay is going to run the ball more often. I believe he's 28 years old, so he's on that back end. A lot of wear and tear on him, but he was a solid back last year. At this point, I'm definitely drafting him over Achane, and I might consider taking him over Christian McCaffrey unless I'm going to be a homer on that one with my 49er. All right, pick number 6 in round 2. This is A.J. Brown. I talked about the Philadelphia Eagle offense when we reviewed Saquon Barkley. Yeah, A.J. Brown, happy taking him. Physical specimen, good hands, athletic. You know, he could take things to the house too. You know, with Philadelphia, it's, you know, the rich get richer. There's going to be weeks where some of these guys aren't going to perform because there's just so many mouths to feed. I like A.J. Brown. He's been a consistent receiver. And then once he got to Philadelphia, the offensive creativity, I dig what they put on the field. With the seventh pick is Bucky Irving. This is the pick in the first two rounds I have the most question marks about. Bucky did great in his rookie year, being the main back with Tampa Bay. I thought it was going to be White last year, but Bucky ended up taking over. I need to do more review of his videos. Just some of the other pods I've watched. There's people that are in love with Bucky Irving. Dig their offense. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Kate Otten, the tight end, Baker Mayfield, lots and lots of weapons. They drafted a rookie receiver. So, you can't stack the box because they're going to go over the top and the receivers will kill you. And then if you are only focused on the receivers, Bucky can break one. They got a good offensive line. I feel like I'm talking myself into liking Bucky more. So, I'm going to do a little bit more research, but, at this point, I mean, maybe this is a good spot for him. But yeah, at this point, he's the the guy that I have the most questions marks about. I feel like I know the least about. All right, pick number 9, Stephania Bell again. Derrick Henry. So she's pairing Derrick Henry up with Justin Jefferson. What can you say about Derrick Henry? Watch his videos on YouTube with him stiff arming people. That's just a thing of beauty. They go flying. Derrick Henry, just the speed that he has for being such a big, muscular dude. Wow. Just this guy's, he's fun to watch. Paired him with Lamar Jackson and the other weapons they have, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely. Yeah, their run scheme. Yeah, that's a just defensive matchup nightmare. Like, who do you stop? You stop Derrick Henry, well then Lamar Jackson just broke a 50-yard run. So yeah, I like Derrick Henry. At this point in the draft, I'd be taking him over HN. I'm probably taking him over McCaffrey too, and taking him over Bucky Irving. We'll see. The McCaffrey one I go back and forth on. But yeah, I'd move him up in the draft. He's going to be closer to the top of the second round for me, maybe even enter at the back end of the first round. And then with pick 9, Brock Bowers, a tight end with the Raiders. I talked about him when we were talking about Ashton Genty. Yeah, what can you say about Brock? Set rookie records, connection with any quarterback that was back there. You know, they used a few last year due to injuries. Him and Geno Smith, he's going to be Geno's number 1 target. I don't have any doubts about that. Geno's better quarterback. So I expect Brock Bowers to have a big season, maybe not as big as he had last year. And this is a good spot. Round 2, if you want to take a tight end early, I think he's between him and Trey McBride. Those are the tight ends 1 and 2, so you could make an argument for either one of them. But yeah, I'd be happy with Brock Bowers. I usually don't take tight ends this early. I like to go, running backs, wide receivers. Often I wait until tight end, so I'm not sure I'll take Brock or Trey in round 2 or 3 this season, but I'm in a few different leagues, so we'll see. But again, I don't have doubts about his production, and, between Brock, Trey, then George Kittle, those would be my 3 tight ends right there. They're gonna be productive. And to close out round 2, we have Drake London, wide receiver with the Falcons. Pennick's going to be quarterback this year. Pair him up with Bijan at the running back, Algier, the backup, Mooney. Like I talked about Kyle Pitts when we were reviewing Bijan's draft position around 1. I like Drake London. I'm moving him up quite a bit. So yeah, he's going to be for me mid to early round 2. And I might even take him over AJ Brown. I just like the youth on his side. Going to take him over Brock Bowers, definitely. I would probably take him over Bucky Irving as well. But yeah, I'm a big Drake London fan this year. I think this is his 3rd or 4th season. So I'm excited to see what the Falcons offense can do with Penix running the offense for a full season. So all right, that's round 2. Wrapping up round 2 of this ESPN mock football draft. So soon I will get round 3. I'll do my review on round 3. So all right, y'all. Have a good one.